Oh, yeah. Thanks, guys. All right. So, look, the audience has spoken. We have listened. And we have decided to do an audio commentary for Episode 1, Throwing Rocks at Senior Citizens. I'm Patrick, the Dude Show host. I have with me tonight Max, the loathsome PA, and sometimes cast member of the Dude Show. We have Chris McRitchie, the cast member of infamous McRitchie on Movies and associate producer. We have Daniel Gilmore, the director, and we have Lewis, the dog Boyd, executive producer here. And we're just gonna roll through an episode, and we're gonna give you guys the behind the scenes. We're here to give you what you've demanded. So let's fire this puppy up. All right. Here we have the warning. This is like the epilogue of Star Wars right here. This is what this was meant to be. When we were discussing how epic this show is going to be, we said, look, we need to let the audience know where we're going, okay? And right there is... First...
I think you very clearly showed where this is going. Very clearly.
Okay. Now, very important detail that we're going to get to here. All right, I'll get to that. All right, so as you're going to see, the girls are bending over right now, and I demanded that we have them fart as soon as the girls bent over. But it was indicated to me by our producer, Lewis, that an otherwise classy show would be very unclassy had we left a fart in. Yep. So, all right, here we go for our adult film movie trailer. And yeah, Daniel, why don't you tell us where'd we send the post for this? Industrial Light and Magic. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Well, my good friend Mr. Jackson offered to help us fill in the gaps. So
Michael Jackson?
Yes, him too. Michael and Peter came as a duo. They're hard up for money these days, I guess.
I have a question. I have a question for this scene, Patrick. Were either you or Greasy stuffing your shorts for this?
It's funny you mentioned that, Chris, because I was dating a girl for a time, and as she saw the scene that we're watching right now, she turned over at me at that moment and said, "So you stuffed your underwear, huh?" It's like, thanks, sweetheart.
Not to take away from Patrick's little side story, but I love that Greasy has the worst farmer's tan of all.
Well, I when I told him we were doing this sketch, I'm like, I need to find a reason to teabag you, bastard. All right, Swordplay 5. Hilarity ensues. All right, what do we got here? Ooh, Crystal Hill Theater. Now, this was the genesis of this idea for this sketch came from Lewis Boyd. Lewis, why don't you talk a little bit about how you conjured this one up?
Originally, I think, Patrick, you had approached the group with senior citizens reading porn. I felt that to be a little problematic, finding the proper senior citizens. So I thought, why not have strippers reading classic novels, and hence Crystal Hill Theater.
The Television Hall of Fame right here. All right, here you go, McRitchie.
That's why you're the brains of the operation, Lou Dog. That's why you're the brains. Back to you, Patrick.
All right. This was a tough day. I'll tell you what. This was one of the toughest shoots we ever had to do right here. McRitchie, now the girl to your left here in the blue bra, you talked to her a lot during the breaks on the set. Why don't you talk about a little background? I think she did a tour or two in Afghanistan.
I believe she did Afghanistan and Iraq. I don't want to insult her because I don't remember exactly which branch of the military she was in, but she had done multiple tours. And then she has a Russian woman pop up from between her legs in a hot tub. But, she's, yes. No, she's a vet, and she was great. She was just ready, down for anything.
Really? All right, so one thing I do know about this, give you a little insight. The girl with the black bra, her name's Adriana. She hated the other two girls. Yeah, there was a little cat fighting going on there that night, I noticed. Now, behind us is a mansion. A friend of mine let us shoot there that day, and they locked the house up and then went out to dinner and let us shoot this little sketch teaching guys how to get laid. I didn't know if the girls were going to go in and steal in the house because we didn't know them, so we kept it locked. There's always a possibility. So, Max, you were here for this day, right? Any memories for this you'd like to share with the listening audience?
Yeah, I was operating Boom, and I remember that there were some issues with how long someone could hold their breath. I remember that being problematic. Other than that, it was hot and sexy.
You're damn straight it was sexy, motherfucker. My name's Ashley, an asshole. By the way, my ex-girlfriend's name is Ashley, so when we wrote this, we made sure that the girl that called me an asshole was delivered that line. All right, so here, look at this good-looking guy, man. It's hard to look at myself. It's like a mirror staring back at me of good-lookingness. Daniel, why don't you talk about a little bit about this shoot right here? What are we doing here? This is personal tragedy, or?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. We shot it. It was pretty easy. We shot it on the green screen stage, and just added a bunch of stuff afterwards.
Man of very few words. Yeah, well lit. That's well lit. So, okay, right here. Anybody who wants to be an actor, you should probably hire a crew that kind of encourages you while you're doing a scene that's supposed to be funny. Because as you see me talking here, I'm delivering some pretty funny lines, if I do say so myself. And yeah, you could have heard a pin drop for about an hour.
In defense of the crew and everyone on that stage that day, we were shooting a fucking show. No one's gonna fucking laugh out loud while you're in the middle of some bullshit. If you remember, look at Spot there and fucking Eric Dimension. I showed this to my friend and they're like, why is the Elvis impersonator in there? Greasy. I love that shot of the last final shot of him winning the...
No, I pulled that shot. It was actually very stressful trying to get that probably pulled, but I pulled focus on that shot. I'm very proud of that.
Way to go. Way to contribute to a part of a show that no one actually appreciates at all. Here you go, McRitchie.
I'd like to bring up a fun fact here as we go through these sketches. I'm noticing that like there are multiple articles of my personal clothing that end up in here. I believe Mason's wearing my hat. I don't know where that is. Patrick is also wearing my hat. Evidently, the Dude Show is a big fan of my haberdashery, as it were. Yeah, I think that's my hat. It was from when I was a stowaway in, Spot's room. I think some things got left behind.
What McRitchie's referring to is he lived with me for a spell, and while he was here, I raided his closet, wore his underwear when he wasn't around, and sometimes we used some of that for some of the shooting here. All right, here we go right now. Ooh, Alexa Tyler. By the way, in the script written Alexa Tyler, but several people had a speech impediment.
Including yourself?
Including myself. Yeah.
You read it. Alexa.
Here's...
Fucking Ronnie the limo driver. Oh, Alexa! Whoa, stop the clock.
By the way, this girl, Jesus, smoking hot. I'll tell you who this girl is. I don't know her name, but she was a...
I'll tell you who this girl is.
All right.
I don't know her name.
All right, hold on. She was a pro, and she brought her A game, and I know she was
Model.
yeah, okay. A model. Lewis, please tell me all this stuff she's modeled, please.
I'm talking about the fucking model in the sketch. What's her name?
Alexa Tyler.
Is that really her name, Alexa Tyler? Is that? That's why I'm asking who the fuck the model is.
Lewis, I'm not good at names, okay? Sorry. I love this picture. I don't know where we found this. I'm sure we'll be sued later.
I love coming up the picture of the four girls that we just ripped off the internet. Of the four girls, these girls, Cindy, Precious, Alexis, and Carmen. God bless each and every one of you. Daniel, please comment.
They're going to see that picture and say, I did not intend for this picture to be used in this manner. I'm not a... When we all know the truth.
Indeed they are.
Follow your dreams. That was the message of this show, actually. When I talk to these guys, I'm like, let's do a show where people can, feel good about themselves. All right, here we are. So the sketch coming up is called Cheaters for Dolls, and it's a little spoof on a show that most people, if you're up at 12:30 at night on a Saturday, which means you have no life, show about cheating. And we thought it'd be fun to do a little spin on this with dolls. And by the way, this sketch, watch it now because I'm sure it's going to be pulled pretty soon off YouTube. This is Joey Greco, the doll. That is whiteout used to make the infamous Joey Greco cum green cum stain hair thing. All right, here you go, McRitchie.
I would just like to say that, while I've never seen Patrick happier or I had more joy in his life than when he came back to the apartment with a bag full of toys and was in his bedroom setting up the shots for this and just playing with his dolls. I've never seen him that happy, and I've seen some really good things happen to Patrick, but he was at his happiest with the dolls.
I'm glad you brought that up because when I was thinking about that day, I was like, look, I gotten double teamed by several chicks simultaneously. I mean, and I was like weighing like what was better, having dolls in my room that day or getting double teamed, and it was tough. It's a tough call. I definitely did. Max, Lewis. Max, talk a little bit about this shot that's happening right here and how we got this. Great, well lit. The sun did it, but you were there.
Yeah, the sun did it. We were there. It was mostly just us kind of playing with dolls in front of a camera at that point, and then fish wire there as well. If you watch, actually, you'll...
First off, I don't see any fish wire, dude. This is all CGI, okay? I paid $1 million for that shot, you motherfucker.
You will most likely see our various body parts and or legs at some point.
I'm glad that you guys edited my big melon out of the one scene.
Okay.
One of for this particular sketch is the fact that Patrick does all of the voices, including Joey Greco, Barbie, Ken, as it will be coming up, the infamous Batman, and later on Luigi. It's fucking brilliant.
Thanks, Lewis.
Holy shit, is that Yoda?
I will say this. Daniel was getting really tired that night, and he went out to go on a weed run. To grab some pizza. And he said, "You got 20 minutes, motherfucker." He handed me an iPhone and said, "Do all the voiceover because I don't want to deal with this anymore." And and we got that done.
Any comments on that, Daniel?
I need a joint.
And that's why he's the director. Okay, so we got Batman. And the...
I have to say, very, very impressive, Chris Nolan. Not Chris Nolan.
Christopher Nolan. Yeah. Oh, that's my thumb. Dirty fingernail. Every time I watch that now, I was picking my nose with my thumb, I guess, that week.
Poop on there. There was definitely poop on that fingernail.
I will second the motion to poop on the fingernail. Okay.
Now watch this. Oop, there's my pride and joy right here. Yoda. Oh, now that cock is made out of a green glove that I ran across the street at Ralph's, and a black Sharpie. Okay.
I like how Barbie just had a seizure walking away from that scene. It was some bad E, and she's like,
After being confronted by Barbie. Yeah. So, Cheaters for Dolls. You know, I don't know how many people are familiar with this show actually, but well, enjoy it on YouTube while it's still there.
Wow. We're just gonna vamp a little bit until this segment is over, which now it is. All right, wow, as we're near the end of the episode where Patrick and Greasy always do this signature, shotgun of beer at the end, but Greasy can never quite figure it out. Like every single time, like no matter where we are, I'll poke a hole in the bottom of his beer and I'll say, "Greasy, you know how to shotgun a beer, right?" Like it'll be the third time that we've done it in a day. "Greasy, you know how to shotgun a beer, right?" We have to cut away every single time. Like we were in our friend's living room. And fucking the garage, fucking spill beer all over. But this is probably one of my favorite points where the midget just pops out of the fridge.
I like how we shot that right in front of my apartment.
All right. What the audience would be interested to know is that this is obviously green screen. That street is not real. That refrigerator was in the kitchen of a sound stage, and we had Daniel, our director, run into the office, make sure that no one from the office was coming in. We unplugged it, dragged it to the middle of the green screen stage, threw a midget in it, and then of course I didn't realize that a refrigerator locks from the inside. So Lewis thought we were going to have a dead midget on our hands. Thank God everybody lived that day. So anyway, hey guys, I want to thank you for taking the time, 13 minutes out of your busy lives to listen to this. Hey guys, we're done, right? We're done. Episode 1, there it was, guys. We brought you through it. Now you know how it was made. I mean, and so thank you for listening. All right, go get laid, motherfuckers.